Heinicke, Heinicke. Big win, man. Hey, Joe Judge, make him run some laps. Make him run some laps, Joe Judge. Make him run laps, man. That was the legend of Taylor Heinicke, man. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, I believed in the guy. He got it done, man. The legend of Taylor Heinicke. It was an ugly game, but I'll take the dub. Dustin Hopkins is terrible. He's still really, really bad. The fact that he missed that kick, and then we get another chance. Shout out to Dexter Lawrence for going off sides. And he almost misses the kick again, barely makes the kick. But I'm going to take this dub. 1-1, man. Got our first one. Big NFC East win. This was a must-win game. We got the Bills next week. This was a must-win game. And Taylor Heinicke stepped up, man. This guy stepped up in big moments. He was put in spots where he didn't have to be, in bad spots. Scott Turner, he had some good moments. And then that interception by Taylor Heinicke, it just sucked the air out of the building. James Bradbury had in our own territory. And our defense actually stepped up and got a stop. And Graham Gano made every freaking kick tonight. He was so bad when he was on the Washington football team, and Graham Gano just couldn't miss. He couldn't miss. But the legend of Taylor Heinicke, man, I'm telling you, man, this guy, he has that it factor. And he can make something shake. I say it all the time. This guy is a gamer. He's terrible in practice. We're talking about practice. But when it's a game, this guy plays well. He got the ball to Terry McLaurin every time. Terry McLaurin was a boss today. Bradbury could not check Terry McLaurin. He could not check him. He was getting cooked all game. Terry McLaurin was doing his thing out there. Ricky Seals-Jones. Oh, my goodness. Ricky Seals-Jones just mauled somebody. He went up there and mauled somebody. That was a beautiful pass to J.D. McKissick on that drive right there. The game should have been over after that. But Darius Slayton. Shout out to Darius Slayton. That's my guy right there, man. Way to have hands like a snake at the end of the game. I loved it right there. That should have been an easy touchdown. We got to talk about Jack Del Rio. We got to talk about Scott Turner. We won the game, but there was a lot of bad in this game. It was almost like a battle of who's trying to lose this game. That's how bad it was at one point. We were going back and forth with just trying to lose the game, throwing interception, still throwing the football on second down when we had the lead, when we're supposed to run the clock out. Antonio Gibson was doing a good job. You look at his numbers, he had five yards per carry. He was averaging 5 yards per carry, 13 carries for 69 yards, and we have the lead, and we're still throwing the football. It makes zero sense. We're still throwing the football. Darius Slayton with the drop, but we come out there, we get the dub, take care of business at home. This was a winnable game that I think we should have won. The defensive line was getting after it in the beginning, but I don't think they got after Danny as much. We still gave up big plays on third down. We still let wide receivers run by us. But I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but there's a lot of flaws with this team that I can't lie about. There's a lot of flaws on this team. This game certainly could have went other way. If Dexter Lawrence didn't go offsides, Dustin Hopkins would have sold the game and we would have lost. But there's a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda. It is what it is. But Taylor Heinicke, man, this man, he was a baller, man. He was a baller. You look at his numbers: 34 for 46, 336 yards passing, 99.6 quarterback rating, 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. I mean, the guy, he was incredible tonight. He really was. He did what I thought he was going to do. Honestly. I knew he was going to come out there and be calm. The moment's never too big for Taylor Heinicke. That's the thing. He plays really, really well in these moments. When the lights are on, when it gets dark, this guy steps up. You hear the Heinicke chants in the crowd. I was watching NFL Network after the game. They did the post game. And you just hear the people cheering for Taylor Heinicke. Heinicke chants. Man, them jerseys they're gonna go crazy if they start selling the jerseys. They're going to create the Legend of Taylor Heinicke t-shirts. I said it in my stream. I might get a Taylor Heinicke jersey if we won this game. I'm thinking about it. I'll probably get a t-shirt. I don't know about the jersey. I'll get a t-shirt. But like I said, I'm a believer. I'm a Heinicke supporter. I wanted this guy to play from day one. I wanted him to play from day one. I thought he was the better option than rather than Ryan Fitzpatrick. I just thought he was the better option. I thought he ran the offense better. I thought he could improvise behind this offensive line. The offensive line got better during the game. So I'm going to try to stay on track. I'm all over the place right now because it was just a crazy game going back and forth. It really could have went either way. I'm not going to lie. To be honest and objective, it really could have went either. The holding call on C.J. Board, that was a questionable call. The fact that we let Daniel Jones have 100 yards rushing. He had 95 yards rushing. That's inexcusable in a touchdown. He really did look like Vanilla Vic. He really did. He actually didn't trip over his feet. And he was carving us up too. Like, this defense, we have a problem on defense. I want to see how much we gave up on third down here. How we were on third down conversions. It doesn't show it on the stat sheet right here. Oh, okay. The Giants were 4 for 12 on third down. I feel like they were way better than that, though. I feel like they were way better. We gave up a couple of third downs. I feel like we gave them more than 4. third downs, to be honest with you. Sterling Shepard running over the middle wide open. Darius Slayton wide open. Darius Slayton beat William Jackson a couple times. Kendall Fuller got beat like a drum a couple times. But Adam Humphrey stepped up too. I'm going to give out game balls since we did get the W tonight. So I haven't gave out game balls in a little while. But I'm going to give out some game balls. Taylor Heinicke, of course, he gets the game ball. You know, he said, I do this. You know, last year when Chase Young came up to him in the Panthers game, I just saw it, man. Ever since that Panthers game when he came in, then he did it in the Tampa Bay game. I was like, man, why are people dismissing him? Just because he went to Old Dominion, just because he went to the XFL, just because he came from nowhere, he's undrafted. People keep dismissing this guy. When you watch this guy play, he can play, he makes plays. He has not been the reason why we lost any of these games. All the games that he came in, we lost. He was not the reason why we lost those games. He's the reason why we were in the game against the Buccaneers. So let's give out some game balls real quick, and then I'll give us some to get to some key points that I saw during the game, like some missed pass interference calls, different things like that. Things that I thought Ron should have did better. There was a third down or a fourth down once again where we were in their territory, and then it was 23-17, and then he elected to go for a field goal instead of going for it on fourth down. Of course, they marched down the field and they kicked a field goal and scored where they really could have scored that touchdown with Darius Slayton, but they made the field goal. Ron Rivera, he has not been Riverboat Ron at all. He has not. He has disappointed me with that. I think he has made some bad game management, and that was one of my keys to victory. I said that. One of my keys to victory was he has to put he has to be Riverboat Ron. He has to go for it. And with the Bills, they can score. When we play the Chiefs, we're going to have to go for it on fourth and down. We cannot be conservative and kick field goals and punt the ball. We just can't do it. We can't do it. So game balls. John Allen gets a game ball. I thought our defensive line could have did a little bit more. I thought they were good in spurts. I thought they could have got more pressure. Daniel Jones, Danny Fumbles had a lot of time in the pocket. I thought they could have got some more pressure. To be honest with you, one of their linemen got hurt. Nick Gates got hurt. Man, Ioannidis got hurt, but he came back into the game, so I was happy to see that. Thankful for that. I'm going to say J.D. McKissic gets a game ball. He gets a game ball. 5 catches for 83. Terry McLaurin, of course, 11 catches for 107 yards. 1 touchdown. J.D. McKissic, 5 catches, 83 yards. And that big catch, that was a 56-yard catch to set up that touchdown pass to Ricky Seals-Jones, J.D. McKissic right there. Logan Thomas, I feel like he borderline gets a game ball too. He made some big catches. Adam Humphries, he doesn't get a game ball from me, but he made some big plays to get that first down to set us up for the field goal where he got out of bounds, and then Terry McLaurin made the play to make the catch where they reviewed it. They knew it was a catch, but they just reviewed it anyway. De'Ami Brown, he made some good plays. He had 3 catches for 34 yards. I thought De'Ami Brown was solid. I thought he made some good plays. He had a nice catch for 22 yards. Ricky Seals-Jones, that was a big boss play. He was a boss on that play. I mean, he went up and mossed that guy. Antonio Gibson could have got a game ball. I feel like he's borderline getting a game ball. If he would have got more carries, 13 carries for 69 yards, 5 yards per carry. I thought he had a good day. The only thing that was stopping him was really Scott Turner. That was the only thing that was stopping him. Defensively, I don't really see many game balls. Like I said, John Allen, and that's really it. I don't really see anybody else getting a game ball, honestly, at all, really. I mean, Montez Sweat made some good plays here and there. He had a sack. John Bostic in spurts, nowhere near getting a game ball, but he made some good. Jamin Davis made a sighting. Jamin Davis made a good tackle on a third down where he made a stop. He doesn't get a game ball, but he gets some recognition for that. William Jackson, he got blown by Darius Slayton. He got beat like a drum. Now he did get a pass interference on Kenny Golladay as well. Kendall Fuller, he got beat like a drum a couple times too. Bobby McCain didn't do too much. Troy Apke got a couple of false starts as well. You know, he's supposed to be a special teams ace, and he got a false start. Let me see who else. But yeah, nobody defensively really gets much of a game ball. If anybody else, if you think anybody defensively deserved a game ball, you let me know. So let me get to some of the points here that I have here. Like I said, Ron Rivera should not have. He should have went for it. Samuel Cosme, I thought he got better throughout the game. At first, he got beat like a drum. Then he had a helmet-to-helmet penalty, which was a penalty. He did lower his helmet down. I thought that was a little unnecessary. That would have been a nice game for us. He did improve throughout the game. And Ron Rivera keeps saying baptism by fire. He definitely is getting baptized, and he is getting better throughout the game. I thought the offensive line got better throughout in the beginning. It was rough. Scott Turner did a lot of empty sets, empty backfields. He just didn't want to run the football for some reason in the beginning of the game. He was setting us up, and we had a couple 3-and-outs. I was like, why are you not running the football? A whole bunch of empty sets for no reason on first down, second down. It didn't make any sense. The roughing the passer call on Chase Young in the first half, that was a terrible call on the ref. That was inexcusable. I thought the holding, like I said, the holding call that they called on CJ Board, it was borderline holding, but I'll take it. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. I thought there was a pass interference call that they missed. I think Adoree Jackson ran into Terry McLaurin, and they did not call a pass interference, so it might have been football karma on that. That's why they called the holding on CJ Board. Heinicke had a beautiful pass in the first half to Terry McLaurin for the touchdown. That was a beautiful play. Great chemistry right there. I love how Jonathan Allen body slammed Daniel Jones on that sack too. That was great. Landon Collins, he got lost in the sauce where Daniel Jones did the RPO. We got lost in the sauce a couple times. Daniel Jones, he did whatever he felt like doing on that RPO. Jack Del Rio, when we play them again later on in the year, it can't happen. The same thing happened last year where he ran for like 50 yards on an RPO. We just can't let that stuff happen. There was a lot of tripping. A lot of guys were tripping. J.D. McKissick tripped. I thought that was a terrible missed call where he did have the first down. If you guys remember that we were marching down the field, we were like on the Giants 30-yard line or something like that, and J.D. McKissick tripped. Adam Humphries tripped the play before. Both guys just tripped back to back. Like nobody stick their foot out and tripped them. These guys just tripped on their own. So I don't know if that's the field. I know it was wet. And if you watch the game, you look at the stadium, it didn't look empty. I feel like there were more people than the Chargers game. I could be wrong about that. There might have been less people than the Chargers game, actually. But if you look at the 100 section, the bowl, there was a lot of Giants fans there for sure. You can see a lot of blue in the stands. I wasn't surprised by that. But the bowl was packed. But if you look at the 400 section and the club level, it didn't look like there was many people there, to be honest with you. But something's going on with we already know how FedEx is. One guy, what's his name? Is his name Nick Gates or something like that? Or Billy Pierce, one of their centers, got injured at the beginning of the game, so I wish him a speedy recovery. Chase Young did get a neutral zone infraction. I think he needs to improve on that. I want to see him improve because he got a neutral zone infraction in the last game as well. He needs to improve on that. J.D. McKissick was wide open in the flats on a 3rd and 2. We didn't run the ball on the 3rd and 2. I can't remember what the score was at the time, but we were on our own territory, and I feel like we had the lead too. It was like, or we might have been down by 3, but it was a 3rd and 2. And J.D. McKissick was wide open in the flats. There was one possession where Cam Sims was wide open as well. Taylor Heinicke did miss him. I thought that was a bad play call by Scott Turner. I can't remember what time of the possession that was. There was one time where I feel like Ron Rivera should have declined the penalty. There was an ineligible man downfield for the Giants. And we accepted the penalty, and then they ended up just getting the first down. It was like it would have been 2nd and 10, but we accepted the penalty. It was 1st and 15. Then Danny fumbles through the ball, and it was like a 2nd and 5 or something like that. They ended up getting the first down. That's how bad our defense was. Our defense was it's not living up to the hype right now. And I know it takes some time to gel and get the chemistry going. But these guys, we're basically bringing back the same guys from last year, except for Bobby McCain and William Jackson and Jamin Davis. Other than that, it's the same front 4, 5. Tim Settle, Matt Ioannidis come off the bench in the rotation in the same front 4 from last year. Cameron Curl, Kendall Fuller. The only additions really is Will Jack and Bobby McCain. Ben St. Jude got cooked a couple times too. He's still learning. It looks like baptism by fire as well on his part, but he did make some solid tackles as well. I thought he made some solid tackles during the game. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got, man. This was a huge win, man. Huge win. We finally beat Danny Fumbles. Danny Fumbles has 40 turnovers. He didn't turn the ball over tonight. He had a good game. I'm not gonna lie. He played well tonight. I'm not gonna lie. He always plays well. For the most part, he plays well against us. But he has 40 turnovers in his career. He's 8-21 now before this game. He was 8-20 as a starter, and his 4 wins were against us. And I'm so happy that we did not save this man's career, because I feel like every time he plays us, he's on the verge of being given up on by the Giants, and we just end up losing and saving his career. And I feel like we finally didn't do that tonight. So they start off 0-2. I'm going to be rooting for the Falcons, of course, to beat the Giants. If they can do that, then they'll put the Giants out of their misery. They'll be 0-3, and then they'll be dead in the water after that. So, but yeah, man, I'll take the dub. It was ugly. I did not expect this many points to be put up on the board, but you just never know what you're going to get from the Taylor Heinicke show, man. You just never know, man. I got to sip on the Heinicke, man. I'm drunk off the Heinicke right now. I'm lit right now. I'm super, super lit, man. Hail to the football team, 1-1, man. Let's keep this momentum going. Let's see what we can do against the Bills. It is what it is. Got the Falcons after that, so let's see what we can do, man. I'm excited, though, man. Taylor Heinicke, man. Give this young man a chance. And I'm not saying he's going to be the franchise guy, I just wanted him to get a chance. Like I said, I can see Jeff Garcia. I can see a little Tony Romo in him. I see all those guys that improvise and make plays and make something shake. I really do. I really feel like this guy has a bright future. If he's smart, was studying what he was doing, engineering or something like that. When we picked him up off the practice squad, the young man can play. He's a baller, man. He gets through his reads. He might not have the strongest arm in the world, but he gets the ball where he needs it to be. He throws a catchable football, has good touch, has good chemistry. He's leading the team. If you saw him in practice, he had a little huddle and he said, F him. Everybody loves this guy. They're rallying around him. You know, Chase Young loves him. Heinicke. So, I mean, we're just riding with it, man. I'm riding with it, man. I'm a Heinicke supporter. Been a Heinicke supporter for a little while, man. I'm telling you. And, you know, Fitzpatrick, he doesn't need surgery, so that's good for him. But if Fitzpatrick is healthy, anywhere healthy in the season, let's say we're like 6-5, when he comes back in 6 to 8 weeks or whatever, 4-3, 3-3 or whatever, Taylor Heinicke needs to finish the season. He needs to finish the season. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think about this game. But, man, that was crazy. That penalty, man, I can't believe that happened. I really can't. It reminds me of the Dallas game when they got a penalty for doing a little fake snap or whatever. It was the guy was bottling the snap. They called it the penalty. It gave me vibes from that game. So, that was crazy, man. But inexcusable once again to give Daniel Jones 9 carries for 95 yards. But, wow, I'll take the W, man. The legend of Heinicke, it carries on. All right, you guys. Hell of the football team. Peace.